Ladies and gentlemen, standing by, waiting for us, sockless, is Chicago Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews. He's next. And he's done it 3 times. He's the 3-time Stanley Cup champ. He joins us in the course side seats. Jonathan Toews, who, first of all, thanks for being here, my friend.
My pleasure.
Great to have you here. We almost had a wardrobe malfunction because you showed up in shorts and you decided to make the quick khaki switch. But the shorts might have been cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to insult you guys by any means.
No.
I wasn't sure how many people watch your show anyway, so they told me to just show up.
Yes. We saw you lifting the cup there. At that moment, is it weightless? Or can you feel the weight of it?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. It's not as weightless when you've been out late for maybe 4 nights straight, and all of a sudden your shoulders are a little sore. But in that moment, that excitement definitely takes over.
Yeah.
Obviously, a tough season for you guys this year. Is it weird just having this much time off?
Yeah, it was weird because it's been almost, I guess, a decade since we missed the playoffs last time, and I don't think with our success we never expected that, but obviously a lot of different challenges kind of came up. So I think the league, a lot of players are saying how much better and how much it's improved from year to year. So really, you can end up first like we did last year in our division and go straight to dead last. So it's tough. There's no easy games nowadays.
The league's changed so much. Everyone's in such great shape. Can you give yourself any time off, or do you feel guilty?
Well, I think there's enough sting right now with falling short of our goal and making the playoffs. So, took about maybe 2-3 weeks in April, and I think a lot of guys are getting back after it right now. And we had a handful of guys in Chicago that went to the World Championship too, and I think that's good for our young guys to get that experience. So I think everybody's going to be ready to go come September for sure.
Your nickname is Captain Serious. Do your teammates still call you that? And are you cool with that nickname? Are you happy with it?
Yeah, you know what? I've accepted it, and I've also realized that if you let people know how much you hate a nickname, it only kind of reinsures that they're going to call you that. So I've accepted that a long time ago.
Former teammate of yours, Brian Bickle. He's become a golf buddy. He's become a friend of the show.
That's a name drop.
Now, so he wanted me to ask about the water system that was installed in the locker room just for you.
The water system.
Okay, that didn't go well. Way to go, Bickle. And he wants me to ask about your 5-hole
What kind of question is that?
5-hole shootout move.
This has been Bickle thoughts.
The 5-hole shootout move has, I think, pretty much been retired. It seemed like, I don't know if goalies figured me out or it's just I kind of lost it, but
Bickle,
might have to work on that
2.
this summer.
So no more Bickle questions.
Thanks, Bixie.
Thank you, Bickle. Okay, Golden Knights. Let's talk about them. They're playing in the Stanley Cup final. How do you explain this? How do you explain their success? This is incredible.
I don't know. I think a lot of people, and I think it's kind of funny, they want to point to the expansion draft and say that was the problem, and I don't know about that. I think it's just one thing after another with that team, and their confidence probably grew as the season went along. As far as I know, their coaching staff did a great job of motivating those guys and bringing them together and finding their identity. And I think there's a lot of things that our team can kind of learn from just the way they play the game. All 4 lines, everyone checks. They were tough to play against every night. Every time you saw them, you're seeing that in the playoffs. They're having fun. It's all about the team. And when you're that tough to beat and that tough to score against, eventually you get confidence to go back the other way and fill the net. So it's been fun to watch, but people ask me who I want to win in this final, and I can't really choose a team, obviously, other than yourself. It's not fun to watch when you're not there.
You're from Winnipeg. Did you follow the success that the Jets had in the postseason a little bit? Did it make you feel a little bit good as a Winnipeg boy?
For sure, and that's where I kind of. If I could pick a team, again, you don't want to see anybody else win when you're not in the playoffs, but being from Winnipeg, we all know about the cold winters and how they missed the Jets when they left in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
So just to have the Jets back and have them go on a run like they did, I was in a way pulling for them. So a lot of people in Winnipeg were praying every night that they would pull it out, but I think we all know they're going to have a few more chances down the road. So
growing up, did you ever attend a whiteout game?
Yeah, I sure did. No, actually, you know what? Probably never a whiteout game because those would have just been playoffs. But I do remember going to the World Juniors. I want to say it was '98, but I could be wrong there. But it was a whiteout at the Winnipeg Arena, and that was crazy. So
Big
I'll never
picture of the Queen.
yeah, I'll never forget that. It was a special billing. So
Okay, we have a picture I want to show you. It's Sochi in 2012. I watched a Team Canada game with your mom,
How dare you.
Toews, and she was very stressed out watching you play. She was
Sure.
She was I wanted to go get her a beer she was just very stressed out. Is she always stressed out when she watches?
Something tells me you weren't too stressed out in that
No, I
picture.
never really am that much. She was such a lovely lady, but was she always stressed out watching you play?
I think so. I think I probably take that competitive nature from her and you know, obviously my father as well, but you know, every hockey player needs a special hockey mom, and she was all those things you could ever ask for.
What was Sochi like for you? Because it was
Yeah.
crazy for us. Like, it was crazy.
Did you bring any dogs back? Did you
No,
bring
I
any
did
dogs
not.
back?
I was
No?
I know.
not one of those people.
I mean, you got that gold medal, but it was just like that was a weird experience over there.
It was different because I had the chance, obviously, to be in Vancouver, and in nothing I think could ever top that. As far as being at the Olympics, being on home soil, not only being part of like the best Canadian team of the best players put together, but being part of that bigger Canadian team with all the other athletes, I thought was something I never saw coming. That was so special. And just the buzz in that city was incredible. So Sochi was definitely different, but it was still special in the way that at the end of, you know, the couple weeks that we're there, we're all in the village and all the Canadian athletes were hanging out and having a few beers together and celebrating. And it was pretty special to get to know all those people out there too.
Do you ever go on YouTube and watch Canadians' reactions from around Canada to the golden goal? Because everyone set up cameras in bars and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you
I
ever
watched that stuff for like weeks straight after.
Me too, and I cry every time. I don't know if you cry,
There
but
was no
every
doubt.
time.
Yeah, it was emotional for sure.
The reason you're here, not just to hang out with us, but you're working with Canadian Tire on a great cause. It is Jumpstart Month. Tell us
Yep.
about that.
Well, it's been a long time coming now that I always say I'm the benefactor in this situation, that I get to literally jump on the wagon with Canadian Tire and all the great work they do in communities all over Canada. We know, you know, what they mean as a brand to every city and every town in Canada, but also to give back to families and people who can't, you know, maybe financially make it and put their kids in certain sports, to give those kids a chance. I think for me it's important because you know, you don't have to become professional or anything to realize how important it is, and to have friends and teammates and just go out there and be active. So for them to ask me to be a part of this has always been an honor.
You were part of a big fundraiser. I think it was during the winter. Yeah, no, or maybe it was late summer. I don't know when it was. But you were on a toaster.
Yeah.
How was it being on a toaster?
It was.
Did you ever think growing up
first.
that your
Yeah.
face would be on a toaster?
No,
or
I
a piece
did
of
not.
bread?
Gold medals at the Olympics, Stanley Cups, toaster. Where do we rank them? How do we rank them?
Question is, do you guys have a toaster?
Of course. Yeah, I've been offered good money. I got all three of them.
Oh, yeah?
So you got Wayner, you got McDavid, and you.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty good. I didn't get a toaster.
Sorry, Jay. Couldn't someone
fine.
have a toaster?
I'll come hang out with you. We'll toast something.
And they sold them out. So that was that was very unique.
It's a hot item now.
It is. You can find them on eBay.
Listen, thank you so much for joining us, Jonathan. And obviously this is a great cause, but we really appreciate you swinging all the way up here and hanging out with us and putting on pants.
Anything for you guys.
Thanks for putting on pants.
Thanks for having me, guys.